Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the RapChat official, or just the RapChat, whatever you want to call us. This is a new thing we're doing. You're kind of probably wondering where Luke and Sam are. Sam's over across the hall, and Luke is a few blocks away. I'm doing an individual video. We're all gonna be doing these weekly from now on. That's the plan, anyway. Basically, we explained this before, but we want to branch out, try some more things, and we all have our own thoughts on everything. So today, what I'm going to be doing is doing a Raptors tier list. You guys are probably familiar with what tier lists are. Basically, kind of what I want to do is go. It's a cool way to go over like how excited I am about everybody, all the players on the Raptors and everything. So I'm kind of like the way you'll see it, but I'm gonna go like off how excited I am, not how good they are. This is not how good they are. This is not a Raptors players ranking. This is how excited I am for them coming up into this season. And, I'll give my thoughts on most of the guys and everything. And, anyway, let's get into it. All right, so I got the tier list here. So I've changed up so basically, number one is I'm hyped. I am hyped about their season. Then I got pretty excited, I'm not jumping over the moon about how I feel about them coming to season. I'm pretty excited to see them. Then we got they're cool. They're cool. They're here, and I'm not upset about it. Then we got meh, which is I'm not necessarily looking forward to them by any means, but I'm not looking forward to them either. And then we got nah, which I'm not looking forward to having them on the roster. All right, we'll just go in the order they gave us. By the way, shout out to whoever made this. I didn't make this. I don't know where your name is. But shout out to you. Okay, first up we got Pascal Siakam. This is an easy. I'm hyped. Coming off a All NBA third team selection, I think he has a big chip on his shoulder to prove that this is the Pascal we're gonna keep seeing for the next few years, at least until he gets past his prime. I'm excited. I think we can see some big things kind of Pascal. Next we got Juan Hernan Gomez. Not even sure if he's officially going to make the team yet. This is all training camp roster, by the way. So Juan's cool. I think my thing with Juan is he's like a Speed 2.0 in my mind in terms of the reason we signed him. But hopefully he's not actually Speed 2.0. But part of me thinks he could be Speed 2.0. I think he's definitely not hyped or pretty excited about him. I think if he makes the team, I think he's cool. If he makes the team, it's cool. If we don't end up signing him, I'm cool with that. But if he's there, I'm cool. And I don't think he's gonna be bad. All right, next we got Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet, I'm pretty excited for. I'm pretty excited for Fred. I think with Fred, I feel like I know more what I'm gonna get out of him. Especially like last year, we had no one. I don't say no one saw it coming, but that stretch he had there, that he was hitting 30 points a game every night and was making every shot. No one saw that type of Fred VanVleet coming. I don't think he's gonna have the season he had last year, just given he had some injuries at the end of last season that he had to recover from, and as I feel like his role is gonna be reduced for his sake and for the team's sake, where I think Scotty Barnes will have the ball in his hands more. Pascal's gonna run a lot of the offense. I think Fred will actually be more of an off-ball player this season compared to last season. So I'm pretty excited about what he can do. But again, I just think I kind of know more about what I'm going to get from Fred this year. All right, next we got Josh Jackson, former 4th overall pick out of the University of Kansas, or Kansas University, from Kansas. I'm not excited. He's not going to go in Josh, actually, when we signed him, I thought it was pretty cool. He had a good season a couple years ago with the Pistons. I think he has a chip. He has a chip on his shoulder for sure. He's to prove himself. He's a former 4th overall pick. I'm gonna put him with Juan. I think he's cool. If we don't sign him, we don't sign him. If we do, we do. I think I'd rather Juan just given his size over Jackson, and I think Juan's more of a threat from 3-point land, which we do need those threats. But Josh Jackson, I think he'll have a chip on his shoulder. It'd be cool to see that coming into the season. All right, next we got OG Anunoby. I'm pretty excited about OG. Same thing as Fred. I kind of know what I'm going to get out of him. I don't this might be a hot take for some people. I don't think he's going to get much better than what he is now. I know he's still young, but just given his role, he's a fourth, fifth option on our team at this point. And his ball handling hasn't improved. I mean, it's gotten better, but it's just his ball handling isn't good enough to trust him with the ball in his hands on the perimeter that much in terms of a shot creator for himself. So I think he's going to end up being a 3-and-D, an elite at that 3-and-D player. I think he's going to continue to do that, and I'm pretty excited about it. All right, next we got DJ Wilson. DJ Wilson impressed me when we signed him. He did more. I feel like this is the most productive he's probably been in his career. Well, last season when we got him last season for a little stretch. He was decent with Houston for a little stretch as well. But he's been in the league for so long, and so he doesn't have much athleticism. I think he's going to be my first meh guy, DJ Wilson. He's cool, but not as cool as Juan and Josh. No, he's all right. I don't think if we do end up signing DJ Wilson, I just don't know where he goes from here. In terms of, I don't think he has much more of a ceiling that he can hit or anything like that. So I think, if we sign him, cool, but I just don't know if he's going to bring much to the team. So whereas, Josh Jackson brings a chip on his shoulder and he's a good perimeter defender, Juan brings that potential 3-point shooting and his incredible acting skills. So DJ, I just don't think brings much to the team. All right, next we got Chris Boucher. I think Boucher's going to go in cool. My thing with Boucher, well, I just watched the first preseason game, and he was doing the things he was doing at the start of last year. Like the first half of the game, he was like shooting these crazy pull-up shots, like 10 seconds into the shot clock and stuff. I don't think it's preseason, but I don't think it's going to be what he is. But Chris is cool. He just signed a contract. It was a good contract. I liked it. I'm happy we have him back. But he's going to bring what he usually brings, and that is hustle and energy and offensive rebounds and rim protection. And, those are called cool things. So he's cool. All right, now we got Gary Trent Jr. I'm going to go pretty excited for Gary. I think Gary brings to the table a lot what OG does, just at a smaller size and less athleticism, which is why we've had many debates with this on the podcast, but I'm more OG than I am Gary, for sure. Honestly, this is Gary's last year on the contract, unless he takes his player option, which he won't. I think trading Gary is not a horrible idea. I know Raptors fans love Gary Trent Jr., and I do too. He's awesome. But I think just given the situation, trading Gary isn't a horrible idea at the deadline or something, depending on what we can get. If we're not giving him for nothing, we need something back. But re-signing him for what he's going to get a lot of money, which I don't think we should give him. But all that aside, great offensive player, hustler on defense, a pest on defense. I love watching him play. I'm pretty excited. All right, next we got a big one. We got Precious Achiuwa. I am hyped for Precious Achiuwa this year, man. This guy, maybe not this year, but I think down the road very soon, he has all defensive team potential. His offense, the second half of the year, looks so much better than the first half. If you go watch him in the first half of the year, he was putting fast break layups off the glass. Like, it wasn't touching the rim. He was taking horrible shots. He did not look not confident at all. His finishing was horrible. I remember a stat. We talked about this on the podcast before. He was in the 99th percentile of looks at the rim. So he was getting some of the best looks around the rim in the league. And he was also bottom whatever, like one of the worst in the NBA at finishing at the rim. That's how he was. End of the year, he shot 40% from three over like the last like third of last season. Had great playoff performances, and in the preseason he's looking just as good. So I'm very excited about this guy. I think if we do trade Gary, this guy's going to slide into the starting spot, Precious Achiuwa, and I think he's going to make a big name for himself in the NBA, especially defensively. But if he can get us like 15 points a game as well, man, I can go in favor of Precious, man. I'm very excited about Precious. Next, we got Malachi Flynn, and I'm actually pretty excited for Malachi Flynn, man. He had a little nice stretch there before he got hurt last season. He scored 70 points in a Pro-Am game, something like that, 72. I don't read too much into that stuff, but it's pretty cool seeing how much he has in his bag offensively. Just knowing it's there, whether he can do it against NBA talent consistently is yet to be seen, but I believe in him. And I like what he brings to the table. If he can actually, like, if he can make his shots and he can be a shot creator for himself, it's tough because he's so small, right? Especially on our roster. But I think if he can do what he does consistently at a high level, I think we have a great bench piece, which we desperately need on the team this year compared to last year. All right, next we got Jeff Doughton Jr. I actually got to watch him play in Summer League in Las Vegas over the summer, and before they signed him, I told a bunch of guys that I was with there, the Raptors needed to actually sign this guy to two-way, and they did it. Therefore, because of that, I think he's cool. Next, we got J.C. Penney, my guy. J.C. Penney's cool. I don't know what kind of role he'll play this year. I love the way he plays. I love his heart. Just his offense not there, but I know his offensive rebounding is what puts him on the floor. I'm sure it'll be matchup oriented how he plays. I know Nick will figure something out with him. He will play, but I can't. I mean, it's just Jim Penny. I know what he's going to bring to the table. It'd be cool to see him improve that corner three this year. If he can be a league average corner 3-point shooter, I think he'll definitely become a permanent rotation piece. And until I see that, I think he's pretty cool. Need I say more about Scotty Barnes coming off Rookie of the Year? He has so much potential, and I think he's just going to keep flourishing year after year after year. Okay, but here's another thing. People are putting a lot on Scotty for this season. If he doesn't average 20 points a game, that is totally fine. If he averages 15 points a game, that's totally fine. There's so much this guy brings to the table. Everyone, like, I've seen so many people talk about, NBA people talk about how, this guy's going to break out into an all-star this year. He's been the best player in the Raptors this year. Like, relax. He's 21 years old. He's a year removed from being a six-man on a college team. I know that's like, it's not because of his skill. He was one of the best in the country that year, but that's how Florida State plays. But like, this guy, like, give him some time, all right? He got a great rookie year. He's going to have a great year this year. But it's going to take longer than 2 years for him to be that guy. That being said, though, I'm really excited for the playmaking to go through him more and to see how much his offense improved over the summer. He was making a lot of shots I saw in like clips and stuff, and his form looked better. If he could be a decent corner 3-point shooter this year, that's all I need. Delano Banton. Pretty excited about Delano Banton, man. I think Delano Banton has also very high potential. I just think there's a lot more that needs to be tapped into him before he can really get it out. Like, I think there's so much in him that can be a great NBA player, but it takes a lot to get it out of him. His half-court offensive skills are not good, but in transition, this guy's elite. He is actually an elite NBA player if you get him out in transition. As a playmaker and as a scorer, he is a genius in transition. And again, I'm just excited to see what he's going to bring to the table this year. Same as Malachi Flynn, where I just feel like they might have a bigger role this year, and it'd just be cool to see if they can contribute consistently off our bench. Next, got Thad Young. Thad Young, I'm cool. I thought I'd have more guys down here. I think I have a couple that'll be down there. But that's cool, man. That's cool. I love that. I love the leadership he brings to the team. Let me balance this out more. Let me put... do I put Juan or... I want Juan more than Josh, so I'm going to put with Josh down here just to even it out. I love Thad, man. I think he's a great piece for our team. I think we need that veteran presence. We need that guy to run the show in the locker room. There's that clip from that went viral over the summer, just him having that tenacity and that heart, and having that in a veteran he's very skilled. Thaddeus Johnson, he's called that for a reason. He is one of the best players of all time. I'm joking. But the fact he's been in the league for like 15 years now. He's a great guy to have on the team, and I'm really excited to see what he can bring to us for a whole season. Then we got Otto Porter, probably the biggest signing of the offseason. Otto Porter, I was actually very excited about this signing, especially just how well he played in the finals for all the playoffs for the Warriors, all season for the Warriors. He's a very consistent shooter, which is what we need. And I'm kind of scared because I feel like a lot of guys we get with the intention of being a shooter, and they just become worse at shooting. The only thing, like, I feel like the only two shooters we've had in recent history have been Danny Green and CJ Miles. Outside of that, like, DeMar Carroll came and shooting went down. Svi, obviously. So I'm pretty excited about Otto Porter. That being said, I'm not pretty excited about him. I think he's cool. He's been there with that. It'd be cool to see if he can actually contribute like he did in Golden State last year. Next, got Ken Birch. Listen, listen. I'm happy he's Canadian. Um, he sets great screens. He does set great screens. Sometimes he rolls a little too early, but he sets good screens. Um, Sometimes he has a good floater, and I'd rather him and his contract not be on the team. Cam, you're awesome. I'm sure you're watching, and I think you're probably a great person. I've never met you. I'd like to, for sure. We can, yeah. But look, 3 year, 20 million is what we gave you. That's a lot for you. You know that. I'm sorry. I'm not very excited for you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm excited, but I'm sorry. Our draft pick, our one and only draft pick from this draft, 33rd overall, Christian Coloco out of Arizona. I like this pickup. He scares me, but I just given what there was on the board, I'm happy about it. But generally, he does scare me. Given he's a 21-year-old who's just very raw. Like he doesn't have much basketball skills yet. He's not the type of guy you can feed in a post, but if you get him pick and roll and you lob it up, he's 7'1". He will throw it down, and great rim protector. So these are two things that we need on the team. I'm glad we have someone over 7 feet finally, and I think I have an idea of what he'll bring to the team this year. But that being said, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about him. All right, next we got Ron Harper Jr. I saw him play at Summer League as well, and he looked solid. I think he's a cool undrafted player to sign. Not much to say about him, to be honest. I'll put him in meh. All right, in grand finale, I can't believe this guy was last. We got Gabe Brown. Gabe Brown is going to be a great Toronto Raptor player. I expect him to start by the end of the season, and by the time the playoffs roll around, I think he will be the X factor. So I'm very hyped about it. No, I'm joking. Sorry, he won't make the team. It'd be cool to see him in the G League. I think he could be a great G League player, and maybe I'm not anti Gabe Brown. I think he could be great. I don't see why not. He has a lot of he has a very versatile skill set offensively. A solid defender. He has the tools. He's just young and just not there yet. He won't make the team, but I'm excited for G League Gabe Brown. All right, so here's the final list. Very hyped about Pascal, Scotty, and Precious for sure. The guys I'm pretty excited. I either know what I'm going to get out of them or I don't, but I'm not hyped about them. Pretty excited. Like Fred's going to do his thing, OG's going to do his thing, Gary's going to do his thing. Malachi Delano and Christian, I don't know what the thing is yet, and I'm excited to see it. That's basically it. They're cool. They're just some cool dudes. I don't know. I'll leave one there. I think I'm excited to see how he. I feel like we're going to sign him, and he'll be one of the guys we end up signing. And I think I'm excited to just see how he actually works out, because the last guy we signed to be a shooter on the team was horrible. No offense, Fee, but I want him to be better than Svi, so he's cool for now. 10 games into the year, he could go down to meh, or even not, depending on what happens. Or he could be pretty. Nah, I think he's gonna take care. Yeah, Boucher, Doughton, let's go. I called that. J.C. Penney, big year, and in the vets, and then in meh, I mean we got the boys. And nah, I mean, sorry Kem, sorry Gabe. I'm sure you guys are great dudes. I'd love to meet both of you one day. Maybe all three of us can go out for some sushi. But currently, I'm just not overjoyed you're on the roster. That's it. As an NBA fan, as a Raptors fan, and an NBA fan, I just think for all purposes, you guys are better off in different roles, on different teams. All right, so that's going to do it from my first individual video. You can expect one of these a week it'll be a rotation of me, Sam, and Luke. I'm very excited about this year. Very excited to see what all the guys will do. It's going to be a really competitive year, which I'm really excited for. Unfortunately, we won't be in the Victor sweepstakes. This is being recorded not long after his game against Scoot. Those guys look incredible. But I think it's going to be a really cool year to be a Raptors fan. Just a lot of improving. I think we're just kind of still in that point where we're not going to win a championship. If we make the playoffs, if we don't go to the first round, I don't think it's a big deal. We're just still we're moving up. We're moving up slowly. It's not going to be an overnight thing, But yeah, I'm very excited for this year, and thank you all for watching. Follow our socials, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at the RapChat official. Subscribe, like it, leave a comment. Tell me if you agree with me, disagree with me, if I'm stupid, if I'm smart. Let me know everything. All right, thank you all for watching. Peace.